Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, and today it's July. It's time for our build your own palette, and this palette is for July obviously, but it's also inspired by quite summery, tropical fish, tropical shades, that kind of thing. And this is the palette that I created. Some of these are very old shades. I've hit pan on a couple of them, or one of them anyway. And this is the palette that we created. Very blue, teal green, gold, yellow, that kind of vibe. So my inspo was kind of like Flounder from The Little Mermaid, that kind of vibe. That's the kind of vibe I was going for, because I knew I wanted blue and yellow, but I put the teal in there to kind of give us that nice green gradient around the eye as well. I love these shades. I think they are beautiful. I cannot wait to play with them more and just get really excited about using them. I love doing these videos, as I've said before, but I'm very excited. It's in this palette here. This is a Inglot Eco palette, which is a lot more lightweight, which is the way I kind of like it, but I couldn't fit them in any other ones, so that's why we have them all in here. We have a couple of multi-chromes and stuff like that in there, more classic shimmers, and the rest are all matte. And I'm so excited to get into this video. So let me just quickly fire through each individual shade so you can see what the shades are. I'm gonna run it along this way and then back this way, just so you kind of know what shade I'm talking about. And I'm going to pop up my swatches now as I'm speaking as well. So first up, two Inglot shades. We have got 340 and 371, which are the two kind of, one is more the cobalt blue, the 371, and 340 is like a deep dark teal sort of shade, which goes with both the blue and the green and the yellow. It all ties in together. Next up, we've got Makeup Geek's Dragonfly, which is that teal kind of green sort of shade. We have got 474 from Inglot as well. Beautiful, bright canary yellow. I love this shade so much. We have got Tide Pool from Colourpop down here. The beautiful blue. So stunning. Wait until you see it in this look. It's beautiful. Then I've got the shade Minty Fresh from Glaminatrix as my blending shade, which works with both the blue and the green, which is lovely. We've got the shade Heirloom from Cleona. And I can't remember, I said it in the video, I can't remember if I've used it already in one of these videos, but it's just like the perfect match for that green shade there. We have got Fortune Teller from Makeup Geek, which is stunning, and Makeup Geek, please bring back eyeshadows, like seriously, beautiful formula. And then we've got the shade Candela, which is from Cleona as well, which kind of reflects a white to a green to a gold, so it ties in perfectly with this sort of look as well. I'm so happy with the palette. I was a bit unsure about this palette because I knew kind of what I was going into for June, and I didn't really know kind of where I wanted to go about it, so I actually kind of looked up colour palettes online, just like general summery kind of colour palettes, and seen one similar to this, and I was like, there she is, there's a July palette, that gives me the July feeling. So I'm very excited about this palette. I cannot wait to get into both of these looks. Just before we jump into all our tutorials in this video, my Instagram is linked down below, where I post all my up close eye pictures and full face pictures of all of my looks, and my TikTok is down there for a little bit of extra content if you want to go give both of those a follow. And that is it. That is enough rambling. That is enough going through the shadows. We want to see the shadows in action. Let us get into it. So let us see what we do for look number one. So let's get into look number one with the gorgeous July palette that I have picked here. We're kind of going to use a lot of these colours in this look. I definitely want to play with the blues, this shimmer green, the matte green. I don't know if I'm going to play with the matte yellow yet, but I'm definitely going to play with the gold and this shade, but all these deeper kind of shades as well. We're going to play with it all. We're going to do a cut crease, half cut crease, and just get a real nice kind of gradient with those shimmers across the eye and a little bit of the mattes in the crease. I think it's going to be fun. I'm very excited. My skin is on, my brows are on, my eyeshadow primer is on, which will all be listed down below, so you can go check out what I used. And my cheeks are pretty much done apart from highlighter, which I will use at the end, and I'll tell you what I used at the end as well. So let us get into look number one. So I'm going to start with the shade 371 from Inglot, this one just here, and I'm taking that on a Beauty Bay BB203 brush, so a kind of bigger fluffy brush, and this is going to be kind of the main crease color. So just popping that in my crease, and I'm just going to bring it about halfway ish through the crease. Inglot shades aren't, I've said this in other build your own palettes, but they're not the most pigmented, and they definitely need a bit of building. They are an old formula that I have, not that they've redone their formula, I don't think, but it was back years ago when like eyeshadows have come a very long way since these have launched, so definitely need a bit of building, but that's fine, we can work with that. But I'm just going halfway because I want to do the green on the inner part of the crease in here. So once I have that on, I just want to blend out the edges a little bit, so I'm going to take Minty Fresh from Glaminatrix, the matte pale blue that I have here, and this is a V Cosmetics big fluffy brush. There's no name on it or anything like that. Just taking a little bit because this does pick up very easy on the brush. And we're going to use that to soften around the edges of this. And if I need to use this as well with the green, I can, because it is quite a soft blue. Mostly out here though, this, especially on this eye for some reason, I have a harder time blending. It's like I've got texture here that kind of makes it look odd. Okay, so now for the inner part of my crease, I'm going to take the shade Dragonfly from Makeup Geek. Just here, this kind of teal, kind of, I would say like a subdued teal, if that makes sense. Leans more green as well. And I'm taking that on a BH Cosmetics Lavender Luxe number 7 brush, so a smaller fluffy brush. And we're just going to pop that in this inner part in here. Now I am going to deepen the outer part of the eye with that deeper blue that I have there, but I just want to build up in here because having a deeper crease in here as well helps with the definition of the cut crease. Now I'm just taking a little bit more of a dab of that Minty Fresh shade from the Laminatrix and just using that on the same big fluffy brush and just soften out the edge of that green. Okay, so now to deepen the outer corner, I'm going to take this shade, which is 340 from Inglot. It's just a really, really dark blackened teal blue. We're taking that on a 221S brush from MAC. Just a small skinny little blending brush. We are going to take that just on that outer corner here just to deepen a little bit. If you want to deepen the inner part as well, you can with this because it is teal. It will blend nice into both shades. But I just want to build up a little bit of depth, and I may go back in with a little bit more of that bright blue just to keep the blue nice and vibrant. Okay, so I'm going to repeat the same process on my lower lash line with the kind of blue tones into the green with the darker shade. So I'm going to take the bright blue again from Inglot, and we're going to run that just along my lower lash about halfway, kind of like what we done on top. This is just like a, it looks like the 214 from Inglot, but it's like a cheap Primark version, and it's a Harry Potter one, so I have that. I don't have any other clean small brushes for my lower lash line, so I'm just going to clean that off. And we're going to take the shade Dragonfly, and we're going to pop that on the inner part in here. And just blend over where it meets the blue. I just wiped off that Lavender Luxe brush that we used for the green on the inner part of the crease and just taking a little bit more of the Minty Fresh just because it's a little bit smaller. I have a bit more control. And I'm just going to use that to soften along the whole lower lash line. And then I'm just wiping that brush off again, the little one that I used for my lower lash. And I'm going to take a little bit of the 340, the deep teal. And we're just going to pop that on the outer part and then use that bright blue to kind of soften that out a little bit because I don't want it to be that dark on the lower lash. I still want to see the blue coming through. Okay, so now we're going to take some Too Faced Glitter Insurance for the lid and to create that cut crease sort of effect. What I'm going to do, I don't know, I kind of want my cut crease to be a little bit sharper, but I don't want to use a concealer because I always feel like the shimmers never sit right on the concealer or the P. Louise base or anything like that. So I'm kind of feeling like doing is actually like removing some of it with a little bit of micellar water and a little cotton bud, getting a nice sharp shape, and then put this on for the shimmers. I think I might do that. So I've got these teeny weeny little cotton buds. I got these in Muji, and we are going to take a bit of this is just the Garnier micellar water, take away the shape just by putting down a bit of pressure. I like to go a little bit higher than my crease, especially in here because I do get transfer with my eye being quite round. Okay, so now that I have the shape that I want with the cleanup, I actually think that worked out quite well. I'm going to take my Too Faced Glitter Insurance, popping a little bit on my hand. We don't need much of this, especially now that I've already done my cut crease. I'm literally just filling in that shape, and I'm taking that on a BH Cosmetics Rose Gold number 7 brush, just a flat brush, and we are going to apply this just in that whole area where the cut crease is, so right up against that line, and have it fade out over where the matte blues are out in the corner here. Okay, so now we're going to work across this way with our shimmers, going from our like strongest blue to our green to our gold. So I'm going to take Tide Pool from Colourpop, and I'm taking that same brush I just wiped off a little bit of the glitter primer. It's so blue, like so blue. We are going to pop this on the outer part just as it overlaps that matte blue. She's so vibrant. That is insane. See, I just never get to use these shades. I just don't. So I'm so happy that I started this series and I can play with all these colours, because the curated palettes do better. Me just randomly pulling out single shadows would not do as well on my channel, and no one really requested. Most people request palettes, and I like to give you guys what you want to see. So I think starting a series where you kind of get invested in each month, and maybe you want to see what your birthday month is going to be, that's what this is for. and it just gives me more of an excuse to use shades like this. Okay, next up we're going into Cleona, and we're going to take Heirloom, this beautiful shade here. I can't remember if I've actually used this already, but this is like the perfect colour. It matches that matte green perfect. It's just in shimmer form. And this is a Friday the 13th small little brush like this. I'm just going to pick up a little bit of that shade, and it's so sparkly. I'm so excited for this. Popping that right next to the blue and then overlapping. So it kind of almost sits like right in the middle of the eye. Okay, and then we're taking this, just a little Charles Fox brush, just another little flat brush, and we are going to take the shade Fortune Teller from Makeup Geek, this one here, just as our beautiful, strong, like golden treasure sort of shade. It's so beautiful. And this is going to go on that inner little gap that I have left. When you're doing this, you just want to make sure you leave enough space for all the shimmers on the eye so they all have their little moment to shine. But I'm telling you, Makeup Geek, come back, please. Look at how strong that gold is. It's so beautiful. And because the green kind of has a gold shift as well, I'm just feathering that into the green, so it should blend quite easy. Okay, last little step, we're going to take the shade Candela, I think is how you say it. This one here from Cleona, which has that kind of gold green shift to it. I just wiped off that little Charles Fox brush, and we're going to use that on our inner corner. So this will tie in both with the green and the gold, depending on how it hits the light. Oh yeah. This is so vibrant. It's so pretty. I am going to jump off. I'm going to finish off the eyes, pop a bit of liner and a lash, do a bit of highlight. I think I'm going to go with a gold highlight. And then I think I'm just going to go with a nude lip. That's what I'm kind of feeling right now. So I'm going to do that, and I will let you know what I use when I come back. Alrighty guys, so this is how we finish off the look. I am in love with this. I love how vibrant these shimmers are. I think they're so beautiful. I can't wait to play with them a little bit more. I'll probably do more of like a blue, just blue and gold kind of look. That's what I'm kind of feeling for my second look. I'm in love with this look. So let me go through everything that I used to finish off my face. So to finish off the eyes, I went in with my Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencil in the shade Deep End, which is like the perfect kind of teal, aqua, blue, green kind of colour, just on my waterline. And then I done a winged liner, because I thought with cut crease I kind of like a winged liner, so I used my MAC brush stroke liner in Brush Black, just a black liner. My mascara then is still my Zoeva Infinite Potential Full Volume Mascara, and then my lashes are very dramatic and fluffy. I haven't worn these in a little while. These are the Cash Beauty Crystal Night lashes in the style After Dark. So they're kind of in like little chunks. If I look up like this, you can kind of see they're like in little chunks, so it makes it really fluffy but choppy, and I really like it for this look. For my bronzer, I went in with my Nabla, what is this? Shade and Glow powder in Gotham, just this one here, just to contour up my face. Still a little bit of warmth in it, but just to give it more of a contoured look. And then for my blush, since doing my declutter, I don't know if you've seen it yet, but I will be doing it. I went in with my Inglot Freedom System Fusion Blush and Illuminator in 204. So it's kind of like a shimmery blush and a matte blush. And I just kind of mix them together and pop those on my cheeks for something a little bit peachy, just on my cheeks to tie in with these kind of teal sort of shades. And then for highlight to tie in with the golds that's on the eyes and inner corner, I went in with my KVD Extreme Metal Crush Extreme Highlighter in the shade Gold School. Just this one here, so it's like a white, and it just reflects this really strong gold. Super sparkly, super pretty, really ties in with that gold that's on the inner part of the eye. And then for lip, as I said, I was going to do a neutral lip, so I went in with my MAC lip pencil in Whirl. Just lined my lips, I didn't fill it in, I just lined it for the definition. And then for lipstick, I went in with also MAC, my Honey Love lipstick, so a peachy nude sort of shade again, tying with the blush, contrast with the tones on the eye. And then for my gloss, I went in with Stately Shimmer, which is a cream sheen glass, also from MAC, and it kind of has a little bit of a pink and gold pearl in it. I thought that would tie in nice with the peach, and then the tones on the eyes I thought would be very pretty together. So that is it for look number one. That is everything that we used for look number one, and that is the first look with our gorgeous July palette. Very summery, very like fish in the sea kind of vibes. Think Flounder from The Little Mermaid. That's the kind of vibe we were going for here, and I'm very happy with how this look turned out. I think it's so vibrant, and I cannot wait to play a little bit more with the shades in this palette. I think it's going to be so beautiful. So without any more delay, let us get into look number two. Okay guys, so we're on to look number two, and we are going to be playing more with the blues and the gold and yellow. I'm not really going to use the greens in this video, or this part of the video. I'm going to mostly use all these blues green and the yellow, and this one in here for my inner corner. I want to do a halo white, but I also want to feature the matte yellow in the center of the crease. I think that might be kind of interesting. I don't know, maybe. But yeah, that is the look we're doing today. My skin is on, my brows on, my eyeshadow primer is on, which will all be listed down below, and my cheeks are done, which I will go through towards the end once I tell you what I use on my face. Okay, so we are going to start with a BH Cosmetics Lavender Luxe number 7 brush, just a smaller fluffy brush, and we're going to take 340 from Inglot, this one just here, just to have that really nice bit of depth on the inner corner, or outer corner and inner corner, because it's a halo eye. So I'm going to just stamp this where I want it. This has always been one of my favorite shades in my Inglot collection. I've always used this, and I'm just stamping a little bit on the inner part in here. I just want this mainly for depth, and then I'll go in with the blue to blend this out a little bit more. Okay, I've got that on. I look a bit insane, but we're going to blend. So I'm going to take this brush from, this is just from V Cosmetics, there's no name on it, just a kind of flattened fluffy brush, and I'm going to take the shade 371, that bright cobalt blue, and I'm going to use that to blend out this kind of teal shade. I want it to be more this though, so I am almost kind of stamping it in the place that I want it, overlapping with that teal, and then going in and blending it out, just so I get that color impact straight away. So currently, I'm just going to chat while I do this because this will take a minute or so. Currently, I'm battling a migraine. The lights don't help. It's not full on migraine, it's kind of more like a cluster headache that I have right now. But she's trying me. She's really trying me, and I'm fighting it because I want to film today. I need to film today. And I spent yesterday just relaxing, trying to get rid of it, and I went to sleep and I was like, yeah, I feel fine now. And then I woke up again and it was there. So we're in the process. It's not too bad. It's kind of easing a little bit, but it's still a bit she's still a bit there, you know. And I'm leaving that gap in the middle because I want the yellow to go in there. And I'm not too worried about these edges either because I'm going to blend that out a little bit more. You may also know that if you follow Glamlight or anything like that, that they released a Chucky collection. Another one. And I was not prepared for it at all. I was not prepared for them to release anything. I've been waiting on their Halloween collection that they're going to be launching at some point in the autumn time. So I was not prepared for another Chucky collection. They already done one. This is the Good Guy collection though, so it's more full on Chucky style. The other one was more like Chucky and Tiffany, like Bride of Chucky kind of style. I was just not prepared for it at all. So I bought it. I have it. It's right there. It literally arrived today as I'm filming this, but I want to get this filmed first. I will film with it probably tomorrow, I think. I'm in my boyfriend's house for the next little while, so I'm going to give you a heads up. I'm going to be at my boyfriend's house for the next like week or two, I would imagine. And some of my videos I'm going to actually film in his house, which I've never done. I've never done it. So he has the same lights as me because he used to do videos as well and he used to stream. I'm still trying to get him to do it again, but he won't. Because he's kind of lost his interest in it. And he's got the same microphone as me, so I don't need to bring any of that. I just literally have to bring my camera, my tripod, my laptop as I normally do, and the stuff I want to film with. So it saves me a lot of time. And it means I can, when I'm chilling in his house and he's playing his video games, I can go up to the room and film. So if the background looks different, that is why. And I might do that for a few different videos here and there where I need to film, but I'm in his house. I might just film them in his house. So just prepare yourself if my background changes. I have that messily on. So what we're going to do now is take this shade from the Laminatrix. This is Minty Fresh. Super pale, almost looks white, but it's actually more of like a minty blue. And I'm taking that on a Beauty Bay BB203 brush, which is just a big fluffy brush. We're going to use this to blend out the edges of that bright blue, and this will help it just fade into my skin a little bit more. But again, I'm still, normally at this point I would be blending into my crease. I'm leaving that gap because I want the yellow in there. But yeah, I have the Chucky collection, or the Good Guy collection, and I will be filming with it. I have done my swatches already. They're beautiful. It's not as big as some of the other horror collections have been, but I'm very excited about it. I love the little bag that it came with. I will still be getting the Halloween collection, and Glamlight, I swear to God, you're gonna kill me. So I'm part of their, like, you know, the channels that you can be part of where they just post kind of things on Instagram. I'm part of their channels, and I seen that they sneak peek something from Trick or Treat, which is another horror movie anthology kind of movie. And it's perfect for Halloween, I get it, but I have no more space, I have no time. It's just, yeah. I'm very happy about it though, so keep it coming. Okay, so I'm happy with how that's looking so far. I'm going to take the shade 474 from Inglot, and this is a sequin shade. It kind of has little sparkles in it, but I don't think you're really going to see that too much. Picking that up on a base shadow brush from Real Techniques, and we are going to firstly stab that in, just dab it in the middle, blending it into the blues. Cute. I like that. That's really nice. So now would go on to my shimmers, but I want to do my lower lash line before anything, and I am going to be doing a halo on my lower lash as well. So we're going to start with the shade 340, the really dark teal. This is a, what are you, K10 from Cash Beauty, and I'm just running that on the outer third of my lower lash, and then a little bit on the inner third, and then just leave a little gap in the middle, kind of like what we've done on top. Next I'm taking a 219S with that same 371 shade, the bright blue, and I'm going to use that to blend out the edge of the teal, and then on the inner part in here also giving that a little blend. Then I'm just going to go back in with that big fluffy brush, and we're going to take Minty Fresh again from Glaminatrix, and I just want to give a further little blend around the edges of the blue. Okay, so now for shimmers I'm going to take a little flat brush. I'm taking my Too Faced Glitter Insurance just on the back of my hand, and I'm just going to apply a little bit of that down the middle of the eye, overlapping with that teal shade, because I kind of got a bit too far on the lid, but it's fine because the shimmers will cover. And then just taking a little bit of kind of whatever's left on the brush from that, and just tap a little bit down that middle of the lower lash just for the shimmer that I'm going to use. And I'm not going to use the blue shimmer down there. I'm going to use the blue and the gold on top, but I'm only going to use the gold on the bottom because the lower lash line doesn't have as much space. And I'm going to take the shade Tide Pool, this beautiful shimmer that's basically the same color as the matte we use but in shimmer form, and that is going to go on either side of the lid, just leaving a gap down the middle. Look at the coverage of that, it's insane. So that is just going to go here and here, leaving a gap just kind of where that yellow is in the middle. That's how far of a gap you want to leave, and just feather that into the deep teal. But now I'm going to take a little bit more of the deep teal and feather back over it, just so we have a nice soft blend between them. Okay, so now I'm going to take this teeny weeny little brush here, and we are going to take the shade Fortune Teller from Make With Geek, that beautiful strong gold, and that is going to go down the middle of the lid, right down the middle up until it meets the yellow. And then I'm just kind of flicking over each side of it because I want to feather into that blue. So it kind of looks like ocean with sunset, so that little trickle down from the reflection of the sun. Oh, I really like that. Okay, and then back in with that small little brush, we're going to take Fortune Teller again, and we're just going to pop that in the middle here, just to reflect what we have going on top. Blending on this eye is hard. This eye is very sensitive because my headache is like all on this side of my head, and even under here is very sensitive. Okay, and last little step, we're going to take Candela from Cleona Cosmetics, and we are going to pop that on the inner corner. This is going to be the perfect match because it kind of has a bluey, greeny, goldy kind of shift to it. So just popping that right on the inner corner. That is it. I'm done now. I'm going to jump off. I'm going to finish off my eyes, do my lip, pop a pair of lashes on, take another painkiller, and I'll come back and let you know what I used on the rest of my face. Alrighty guys, so this is how we finish off the look. I am very happy with how this turned out. It took a minute to pick out the lip, but I'm very happy with how this lip turned out with this look. I went very nude, but I really like it. So let me go through everything that I used on my face. So to finish off the eyes, super simple. I went in with my Kiko Milano Lasting Precision Automatic Eyeliner and Kohl in the shade 08, which is that kind of cobalt blue. I just popped that on my waterline to match the bright blue that we used in this look. My mascara then is my Zoeva Infinite Potential Mascara, full volume on my top and my bottom lashes. And then for my lashes, I don't know where you get these. My mom got me these. It's a set of lashes. It says La Flare 3D Faux Mink and Value Pack. There's two different styles. So I went with the kind of lighter style, so I took them from up here. I don't know where she got them, but she got them and I have them on. and they're very pretty. I really like them. For cheeks, I went in with the e.l.f. Halo Glow Beauty Wand, the contour one in the shade Light, just to contour up my face. And then my blush is the Made by Mitchell Blush in Melon Sorbet. Is anyone sick of me using these? I'm not, so I'm going to keep using them. But I just feel like I use them all the time. And then for highlight, I went in with the Row Glow, what is this called? Row Glow Skin Stick in the shade Glazed, which is just a nice light white kind of shimmer, and I just popped that on my cheeks just for a little bit of a cream highlight. And then for lips, I went in with my very small MAC Strip Down Liner because it's kind of like a golden brown on me, so I used that to line my lips and slightly fill them in. Then I went in with my e.l.f. matte lip colour in the shade Nearly Nude, just very neutral. I popped that all over and blended into the pencil. And then for my gloss on top, I went in with the MAC lip gloss in the shade Guilty of Trickery, which is a really golden sparkly gloss just over top of the lip. And if my lip looks a bit weird, I had one of the biggest spots of my life and most painful spots of my life. I thought it was a cyst, it was that big on the side here. It's pretty much gone now, but it's still just a little bit like red and raised slightly, but you know, my lip line looks a bit funny now on this side. So that is it. That is our second look using our gorgeous July palette. I'm very happy with this. This palette is beautiful. I love the golds and the teals and the really bright blues. Very summery, very ocean sort of style. And I love this. I think it's such a fun way to kind of wear these colours together. I love blue and gold together. I think it's a beautiful colour scheme together. And having a little bit of green in there helps as well with blending, but it also helps make a more cohesive sort of palette as well. I really enjoy this palette. I think it's one of the fun palettes of the year, and I can't wait to make my next one. I get so excited making my little palette. Sitting down, getting all my palettes out and pulling all the shades out makes me so excited. So I want to know down in the comments below, what is your favourite look from this video? Is it the cut crease that we done in look number 1 using mostly these shades but with the greens involved as well? Or is it this really dramatic halo eye where it looks like the sun glistening over the ocean? I don't know. I think I actually prefer this one. I think I like this one more. I like how kind of strong it is but still bright, and it's a little bit dark but still bright, and the gold sheen through the center. I think it is beautiful, so I'm very happy with this look. If you did like this video, give me a big thumbs up down below. It's the quickest, simplest and easiest way to give me a little bit of support, get me around to more people, and also let me know that you liked the video, and I will continue to do many more. And don't forget to subscribe down below to see many more videos coming up. We have got another declutter. We will also have the Glam Like Good Guys collection coming soon. We will also eventually be doing my palette declutter, which is very fun, and another monthly build your own palette. So all exciting. Hit subscribe down below to see all that coming soon. And as I said in the beginning, my Instagram is linked down below, where I post all the up close eye pictures and full face pictures of all of my looks. And my TikTok is down there for a little bit of extra content. So that is everything for this video. That is everything for our July build your own palette. So I will see you in the next one.